Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Good morning. Happy Friday. The devotional today will be led by Representative Brenda Steady of Milton.
Good morning. With goals comes achievement. Success is attaining a purpose or a goal that an individual or a team sets out to accomplish. If you want something bad enough, you need to work hard for it. To achieve success, never give up, no matter what. Work hard and smart, and you will achieve your end goal. When you feel like quitting, keep moving ahead. Keep that clear vision. Believe in yourself and your team. Great victories come from hard work. Whether you are that athlete on a team working to win the championship, title, or a legislator passing a bill, it takes hard work to achieve success. Never stop striving. Great achievement comes with aspirational goals. Thank you.
Members, we have 12 House bills for introduction today. With that, member from Poultney, can you please offer us the motion to suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules in order to introduce bills by number only.
You have heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended our rules to introduce bills by number only. Please listen to the first reading of bills by number only.
H705.
To Education.
H706.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H707.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H708.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H709.
To General and Housing.
H710.
To Energy and Digital Infrastructure.
H711.
To Ways and Means.
H712.
To Ways and Means.
H713.
To General and Housing.
H714.
To General and Housing.
H715.
To Education.
And H716.
To Energy and Digital Infrastructure. Members, we have received a request to read a House concurrent resolution that the House and Senate adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. HCR 159 is a House concurrent resolution congratulating the 2025 Milton High School Yellow Jackets Division II Championship Boys Soccer Team. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas the sixth-seeded Yellow Jackets reached the Division II championship game after a semifinal round overtime victory over the second-ranked Harwood Highlanders. And whereas Milton faced the top-seeded Mount Abraham Eagles for the Division II title in a contest played at the D.G. Weaver Athletic Complex in Burlington. And whereas the Yellow Jackets dominated the first half and the Eagles the second, resulting in an end of regulation play tie. Just over 2 minutes into overtime, the scenario experienced Milton squad was prepared to execute a successful penalty kick, securing a 1-0 game victory and the Division II title. And whereas the triumphant Yellow Jackets were Brody Allard, Alexander Harlow, Jack Tomasi, Sam King, Colton Foss, Dante Matot, Cameron Fitzgerald, Maxton Greenfield, Killian Choquette, Mason Martell, Matthew Shedd, Andrew Pruce, Brady Stevens, Matthew Cusson, Joshua Rhodes, Chase Renault, Wyatt Wright, Wyatt Wooten, Mateus Ocampo Herrero, Noah Hecker, Brock Bushy, and Brendan Metcalf. And whereas head coach Jack Hubbard and assistant coaches Eric Rhodes, Braden Ripley, and Corey Lombard were essential guides for the team's success. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly congratulates the 2025 Milton High School Yellow Jackets Division II Championship Boys Soccer Team. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Milton High School.
Members, before we jump into announcements, the chair has two announcements. First, the clerk has advised me that there is an error on today's consent calendar for action and that the first House concurrent resolution listed, HCR 163, was included in error and therefore it is removed from the consent calendar and cannot be adopted. Second, the chair has two appointments to announce due to the resignation of the member from St. Albans Town. The first is pursuant to House Rule 25. The member from Lowell, Representative Higley, is an ex officio member of the House Committee on Rules. And second, the member from Poultney, Representative McCoy, is appointed to the Joint Legislative Management Committee. Are there any announcements? Member from Milton.
Madam Speaker, I am honored to congratulate the Milton varsity boys soccer team on the House floor today. I am a graduate of Milton High School. Both my sons played soccer for Milton, and now my granddaughter is continuing the tradition. They made their Milton community proud with their hard work, determination to win that Division II championship boys soccer team title. This team entered the tournament as the sixth seed and faced the 1 seed on their path to win this title. I can't imagine the countless hours of dedication by these student athletes and their head coach, Jack Hubbard, assistant coaches Eric Rhodes, Braden Ripley, and Corey Lombard. Madam Speaker, please join me along with Representatives Michael Morgan, Leland Morgan, Chris Taylor, Tony Miklas, and Senator Chris Meadows in welcoming the team, their coaches, their athletic director, Marcel Choquette, to the People's House today. They are seated in our balcony.
Will the guest of the member from Milton please rise and be recognized? Member from Burke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would just like to remind the members here that you should have received an email for an event that's scheduled for next Thursday, organized by the Northeast Kingdom Collaborative. There'll be a number of regional leaders here to share their perspectives on a number of issues here across the state, but also some things in particular here to the NEK in regard to pieces here in regard to things like housing, healthcare, affordability, climate resilience, and funding stability. They will be here all day. They have a number of events scheduled. Please check your email here. They've got a great schedule going on. They will be in the cafeteria here. And they'll also be joined here by representatives here from the Vermont Food Bank as well. They're sharing space on that day. So I'll probably provide a little reminder next Tuesday. But put that on your calendars. It would be great to see all of you stop by and say hello and welcome our visitors from the NEK. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Bridport.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today, I'm honored to introduce the 2026 Snelling Early Childhood Leadership Institute cohort. These are early childhood educators, and they come from all across Vermont and represent the full range of our early childhood system. Together, they reflect the many ways we support and educate Vermont's youngest children and their families. As Vermont continues to implement Act 76 and strengthen our early childhood ecosystem, these educators are stepping forward as leaders. They are not only doing the essential daily work with children, but are also helping shape the future of our childcare system. Their leadership is a key reason Vermont remains a national leader in early childhood progress. The momentum we built reflects both sustained legislative commitment and a workforce that has met that commitment with dedication and true expertise. I encourage members to connect with them, ask questions, and draw on their experience as we continue this work together. They're seated in the gallery, and we have with us today co-directors Sue White of Lincoln and Reva Murphy of Hardwick, Courtney Otis of Middlebury, Cindy Randall of Hoosick Falls, Brandon Diaz of Colchester, Kat Wohlers of Winooski, April Dunham of Bennington, Sharon Edmonds Folsom of Newport, Eli, I'm going to mess this up, Auchincloss of Burlington, Robin Schilling of Marshfield, Tembi Mulari of White River Junction, Michelle Kersey of White River Junction, Avi Ward of St. Johnsbury, Cassidy Tedeschi of Milton, Lindsay Shell of Bethel, Kimberly Bell North of North Ferrisburg, Logan Cunningham of Fairfax, Morgan Krebs of Morrisville, Tammy Hazlett of Thetford, Ella Judge of Winooski, Amanda Ellison of Alburg, Alina Bourne of Grand Isle, Mandy Menard of St. George, Elsa Oppenheimer of Shelburne, and Alex Whitcomb of Graniteville. They're seated in the gallery. They'll be in the building today. If you heard your town's name in there, find them and say hi. But in the meantime, I hope the body will join me in welcoming them to the State House today.
Will the guest and the member from Bridport please rise and be recognized? Member from Essex Junction.
Madam Speaker, it made my morning when I happened to see this person walking down the hallway. We have a former member with us today. She and I served together for 6 years on healthcare. She brought some really good trouble and not so good trouble to the State House, but definitely brought a lot of laughs and an immense amount of passion. Please welcome back former Representative Mari Cordes to the State House.
Will the former member please rise and be recognized? Member from Burlington.
Thank you. Probably every one of us in this chamber has benefited from the care and support of a mentor. Indeed, some of us might even be serving here now because of a mentor's encouragement. Next Friday, we will recognize, through resolution, January as National Mentoring Month. Today, we welcome many of Vermont's mentoring organizations and mentees to the State House. They're visiting to share their commitment to mentoring, to working with youth and with their communities. They include Mentor Vermont, Big Brothers and Sisters of Vermont, Cabot Mentoring, Everybody Wins Vermont, Grand Isle County Mentoring, King Street Center, Lincoln Mentoring, Mad River Mentoring, MAUSD Mentoring, Mentor Vermont, Spectrum Mentoring, and the Collaborative Mentoring Program. For all members meeting with mentoring groups for lunch, we will not be meeting in room 10, but in the cafeteria. So let us welcome these representatives and their hard work today.
Will the guest of the member from Burlington please rise and be recognized? Member from Burlington.
It's that time of year. Next Wednesday night at 7:30, our first Farmers Night concert will happen right here in the chamber. Remember, it is free and open to the public, so invite your friends, family, maybe a first date like I did a few years ago. Next week, we're going to be joined by Bob Wagner and Friends. He's a super cool artist based out of Burlington, really soulful guitar music. It's just going to be a really fun concert, seriously. So please come next Wednesday, 7:30, doors at 7. Hopefully it'll be a packed house. So hope to see you there.
Member from Brattleboro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, members of the Vermont Historical Society are here today in the card room. Perhaps you've already passed by their display of interesting historical objects. These include original competing New York and New Hampshire land patents from Windsor County, Dean Davis's hard hat from Greenup Day, Phil Hoff's King of Winooski crown from the famous photo the night he won the 1962 election. These objects are part of a project that's happening this year, 50 by 250 project, which prompts writers from around the state to use 50 Vermont Historical Society collection items to tell 250 years of Vermont history. So this is a really wonderful project they're engaged in. They will also have information at the table in the card room on their All in Vermont curriculum program for Vermont schools and community history organizations. We're very fortunate in this state to have an organization, the Vermont Historical Society, a wonderful organization, great caliber. And I encourage you to visit the museum next door sometime. It's a wonderful tour through Vermont history. They also have the Vermont History Center in Barre, which is in a beautiful old building. And people from here, from the Historical Society, to welcome our director, Steve Perkins, along with staff Amanda Gustin, Eileen Corcoran, Emily Lev, and Meg Mallory. Please give them a warm welcome.
Will the guest of the member from Brattleboro please rise and be recognized? Member from Cornwall.
Madam Speaker, just a reminder to members and a recommendation that in room 11 at noon today will be a high-level overview of Act 73 with Legislative Counsel. It's a very helpful presentation. We've had it in our committee, and I would recommend folks attend. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Poultney.
Madam Speaker, I would like to officially recognize to the body the new House Assistant Leader, Representative Higley from Lowell, and the new House Second Assistant Leader, Representative Burdett from West Rutland. Either congratulations or condolences are in order.
Congratulations, members. Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, your Committee on Healthcare has an awesome new committee assistant. And to answer a question that was posed to me by a member yesterday, it is not a coincidence that she and I share the same very unusual last name. Please join me in welcoming my daughter Tasha back to the State House in her official position.
Will the guest of the member from Burlington please rise and be recognized? Member from Glover.
Madam Speaker, one of my favorite parts of being a legislator is the opportunity to meet with students and elevate student voice. And this morning I met with 3 students from Lake Region Union High School who came to advocate for fairer elections before they can vote. And it was great to just hear their ideas. They're not doing this for a school project or any credit. They're just doing it because they're passionate about using their voices. So I hope the members will help me in welcoming Iso Bach, Levi Eldridge, and Mason Phillips, who sit behind me, to the State House this morning.
Will the guest of the member from Glover please rise and be recognized? Member from Pownell.
Madam Speaker, it's a big day that we've all been waiting for. The Caucus for Vermont's Economy will meet in room 10. Bring your lunch. We look forward to seeing you. Any and all viewing of pictures of baby twins will be limited to attendees at that meeting. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none. Orders of the day. Members, we will begin with House Bill 649, which is an act relating to captive insurance companies. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H649, an act relating to captive insurance companies.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Next is Senate Bill 60, which is an act relating to establishing the Farm Security Special Fund to provide grants for farm losses due to weather conditions. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
S60, an act relating to establishing the Farm Security Special Fund to provide grants for farm losses due to weather conditions.
The question is, shall the bill pass in concurrence with proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill in concurrence with proposal of amendment. Up next is House Bill 534, which is an act relating to community action agencies. The bill was referred to the Committee on Human Services, which recommends that the bill be amended as printed in today's calendar. Member from Wolcott, Representative Noyes, will speak for the committee. Please listen to the second reading of the bill.
H534, an act relating to community action agencies.
Member from Wolcott.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. H34 can be found in today's calendar on page 53. This bill ensures that Vermont's 5 community action agencies are accurately represented in statute and remain closely connected to the people and communities they have served since Governor Phil Hoff established them under the Federal Economic Opportunity Act of 1965. Community action agencies play a critical role across Vermont. They help families and individuals keep the heat on, put food on the table, and access housing supports. They are often our first line of defense in helping people move out of poverty. The bill does not change that mission. What it does is strengthen planning, oversight, and governance structure that supports this work and updates the statute to use people-first language. The first section of the bill, 3901, updates 3 VSA Chapter 59 by changing the name in statute from community service agencies to community action agencies. This is reflected throughout the bill. Section 3901, 3902, and 3903 primarily update statutory language to be person first. This approach puts the person before the condition or characteristic, emphasizing their humanity rather than defining them by a single trait. For example, references to the poor are updated to individuals with low income. Section 3904 addresses planning requirements for each community action agencies. Agencies must complete a community needs assessment every 3 years and use that information to establish an annual community action plan. That plan must clearly describe the services being provided, any new expanded services anticipated, and the resources needed to carry them out. This ensures services are driven by current community needs, not outdated assumptions, and provides boards, funders, and the public with a clear picture of how decisions are made. Section 3905 clarifies how these agencies are governed. It reinforces the long-standing principle that community action agencies boards should reflect a balance of perspectives: elected officials, individuals with lived experiences of poverty, and representatives from a broader community, including businesses, labor, education, and partner social service agencies. It keeps these agencies grounded, responsive, and accountable to both the people they serve and the public resources they manage. This section also addresses board structure and term limits. It requires board to adopt clear term limits and ensure geographic representation. This is not about micromanaging nonprofits. It's about encouraging healthy board turnover, fresh perspectives, and strong local representation. Best practices many agencies already follow. This bill does not add any bureaucracy reduce services, or interfere with day-to-day operations. It simply updates structure to reflect modern planning practices and good governance, while respecting the independence of these community-based organizations. We heard testimony from the following witnesses: the Executive Director of Southeastern Vermont Community Action, Legislative Council, Office of the Legislative Council, Director of the Economic Office, Department for Children and Families. The Committee on Human Services voted 10-0-1 and believes that these changes support the essential work of community action agencies while ensuring transparency, accountability, and a strong community voice. We ask for your support.
The question is, shall the bill be amended as recommended by the Committee on Human Services? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have amended the bill. Now the question is, shall the bill be read a third time? Are you ready for that question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and third reading is ordered. Members, the final bill on our action calendar today is House Bill 84, which is an act relating to allowing telehealth appointments to be recorded with patient and provider consent. The bill was referred to the Committee on Health Care, which recommends that the bill ought to pass. The member from Winooski, Representative Rebecca, will speak for the committee. Please listen to the second reading of the bill.
H84, an act relating to allowing telehealth appointments to be recorded with patient and provider consent.
Member from Winooski.
Madam Speaker, H84 is a bill that updates Vermont's telehealth laws by allowing telehealth appointments to be recorded when both the patient and provider consent. Telehealth is now a permanent and very essential part of how we all access care, particularly in our rural communities, for mental health services, as well as for people that are just juggling work, caregiving, have transportation barriers, or even a disability. Under our current law, recording healthcare encounters is allowed, but not if it's a telehealth visit. Vermonters really embraced telehealth during the COVID pandemic, especially for mental health care. And we just need to catch up this statute to that reality. Allowing providers to record appointments is really critical for modernizing our system of care and enabling the use of technologies that improve patient interactions, reduce the infamous provider burden that has our doctors spending more time with paperwork than focusing on direct patient care. This also allows for our providers to meet their required hours of supervision that they need for their licensure sooner. So this is also an important piece of supporting our workforce. H84 does not require recording. It does not permit any secret recording or mandate it. What it doesn't weaken our already existing strong patient privacy laws. What it does is very simple and deliberate. It allows a telehealth visit to be recorded only when both parties agree. So I'll walk you through the bill, which is posted on the House Healthcare Committee webpage. Section 1 adds the requirement of consent to its existing statute on telemedicine recording or store and forward. Store and forward would be if you have some health data like from a wearable device that you want to store or that you want to forward to your provider, or maybe you are getting a consultation, you want to forward them a picture of an injury that you have. Section 2 adds the same language to the section of existing statute for recording an audio-only telephone consultation. This is very simple. It's a half-page bill, and it's effective on passage. H84 keeps recording voluntary on both sides. So a patient can't compel a provider to record a visit, and a provider can't compel a patient to agree to recording as a condition of care. All patient privacy protections that we have remain intact, including both state and federal privacy laws. And recordings and content already are covered by existing confidentiality standards, both state and federal medical record protections, as well as the professional practice obligations that we have through OPR. By explicitly addressing telehealth recordings, H84 removes any uncertainty and aligns statute with the real-world modern care practices that we need to support our medical professionals in this age of quality care and delivery. The House Healthcare Committee took testimony from the Deputy Chief Counsel, Office of Legislative Counsel, from the Chief Healthcare Advocate at Vermont Legal Aid, from the Chief Clinical and Programs Officer at Washington County Mental Health Services, the Executive Director at Northeast Kingdom Human Services, and the Chief Health Information Officer at UVM Health. The committee voted favorably on a 10-0-1 vote, and I urge my colleagues to support H84.
The question is, shall the bill be read a third time? Are you ready for the question? Member from Franklin.
Madam Speaker, may I inquire of the presenter of the bill?
The member from Winooski is interrogated.
Just to be clear, is the patient also able to record the visit?
Yes, they would be, as long as both the patient and provider consent to the recording.
Thank you.
The question is, shall the bill be read a third time? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and third reading is ordered. Members, that completes the orders of the day. Are there any announcements? Seeing none. Member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to adjourn until Tuesday, January 20th at 10 a.m.?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion this body stand in adjournment until Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 10 a.m.
You have heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and this body stands in adjournment until next Tuesday at 10 a.m.